Hello there guys, and welcome to yet another video on Sepa channel. Today's video is going to be a bit different. We are doing a bit of a test drive on a Polestar 2.
Facelift 2024.
A bit about the history of the car. We are going to cover that when we'll do a bit of a walk around. We are driving towards the all famous Concord Park, where we're doing all of our reviews, I suppose. So let's start with how it feels. Obviously, the seat positioning is not the best because I didn't really have the time to adjust it to my preferences. But even though it still fits great, quite a few fun, interesting things is that the car itself, you don't turn it off or on. It does it automatically when you sit on the chair. And obviously, when you jump off the car, then the car, it will pretty much just, stop driving, I suppose. And then when you lock it with this key, and then when you lock it, which has like a very weird shape, by the way, it would just go into like I suppose sleep mode. So that's very interesting. How can we change this so it's gonna show more? Let's go left here. Steering wheel is smooth. Interesting part is that you do have the option in which you can change your steering wheel. Let's see, where was it? Here, driving, and then steering wheel, if it firms, if you want to have it a bit light, but obviously that's more for like inside the city. Firm, I suppose this would be a bit more for when you're driving on double carriageway. And for standard, I think standard it works just fine. You also have a sport mode, which I'm very tempted to try it, but not on here. If you want to set your speedometer, whatever limiter, you can do your driving assistant. You can do it from this button, and depending on the speed that you have, it will just set that speed, and then you can go up and down. It will go up and down by 5 miles, which I don't know. I mean, it's good. So it goes by 5 miles, but I think it will be nice. I'm not sure if there is some sort of a feature where you can do it even like 1 mile at a time. That might be interesting to see. There are also a couple of settings when it comes to how far or close you should be from the car in front of you. As an example, when you go on a highway, you can change it from these buttons. This one, it will bring your car closer to the one in front of you. This one, it will just put some distance in between. How do I change this, man? It's very confusing. I mean, it does look here, to be honest. It does shows you here. Maybe the idea is to be a bit safer, so you're not kind of inclined to look here instead of facing forward.
The noise is unpleasant for some reason. I don't know. It feels like you are with the train.
Doesn't it feel like you're kind of how is it called?
It's supposed to be silent. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's not
like
even
the noise those winter tires are making on asphalt. When you're driving on like 60, 70, isn't it like kind of the same? Pilot assistant. It's on 30. Interesting is because we were at how much? We were at 22 miles and it still worked. One thing I can tell you for sure is that on my Peugeot, I'm quite sure on Tesla as well, anything below 30 you couldn't set up the pilot. So I'm not sure about this. Maybe we want to try it. We have activated this kind of, I think it's called standstill or something like that, one pedal drive. So we can drive only with the acceleration. Can you hear this noise?
Yeah, that's normal brake, right? Because it's brand new, so
It does the same on mine as well.
yeah, it's brake pads that are new, so it's not something unusual.
Doesn't feel too bad, to be honest. The seats are quite okay as well. Man, this is annoying as hell. I had to do it. Had to be done. Right, let's see. 20 miles. Jesus, man. It drives at 20 miles as well. This is crazy.
The range dropped 10 miles in less than 1, so
That's not bueno. That's definitely not bueno. Let's try again. We are on maps. Let's see if it works the same way Google Maps works on a phone.
we should
You should
there
just hold the
and start.
destination, start.
Good.
Oh, it will tell you kind of how much battery you're gonna have on arrival. That's quite interesting. Now, obviously, one of the interesting things is that you can adjust different things in the car by using Google.
Hey Google, turn on the seat heating on passenger side.
Okay, turning on the seat heater for the front passenger.
Okay, Google, increase the heating on passenger side to 25 degrees.
Okay, changing the temperature for the front passenger to 25 degrees.
I'll be so annoyed about this noise, honestly. It's... I don't know.
Shall we
I
try
don't
and
know.
see if we can turn it off?
I don't know if it's electric engine or motor, how we call it, or it's actually the tires. But the tires are Michelin. They shouldn't do something like
We're
that.
driving at 30 miles, so that shouldn't be the problem.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I think there is something like legislation-wise where it tells you that the car must make some sort of a noise when driving. But if that's it, it's crazy, man, because it's worse than having a petrol car.
No, there's not. I don't know. I mean, it's good that it makes some noise because you won't be sick. Rolls-Royce has this feature which they play some noise, some white noise into the speaker, so you won't actually get sick while driving.
Apparently, it's more for like pedestrians, so they can actually hear cars around. But I don't know, man. It's one of those things.
So overall driving experience?
Driving experience is good, man. I can't complain about it. But the thing is like this, right? I mean, what can you expect? It's a brand new car. First things first.
I mean, even a
You know.
Dacia can drive nicely when it's brand new. You know, I mean, the first year or so.
The bumps, I mean, you could
They're
kind of
okay.
feel them, but they're still okay, and can't complain about it. It's not too bad driving experience-wise. The only thing I'm not really sure about, obviously, just given the fact that this is an electric car, it will be the range, because obviously here it says 270, but then if we're gonna go, where was it? I think here, and then range assistant, it's 190 miles. I mean, projected range is 190. But then what it tells you in there is that you are supposed to be doing 270, and it doesn't really make sense.
Because you have the heating on and stuff like that, like chair heating and seat heating and whatever.
Which means, technically, it's gonna be very expensive in winter time to drive this. And also it's gonna be very expensive in summertime, because you're gonna have to have the AC on.
Yeah.
So are you supposed only to drive it like spring and autumn, kind of? Or
Not even, because if you have it on autumn, you need the AC to for the windscreen,
oh yeah, true.
for the foggy bit. So
I still have my doubts in regards with electric cars when it comes specifically to this thing. Obviously I might be wrong, but being at 91% and only having 190 miles left, I'm not sure it's quite okay, man.
parking mode on.
This is the very interesting and weirdly looking remote. Locking, as you can hear.
It is real.
Unlocking, and then the boot, which we're going to have a look at later on.
Let's look at these rings first of all. Size of the tire.
Let's see what we have here. We have the dot 245 per 40 R20. Jesus, those are somebody messed it up very bad here, bro. Yo,
A little bit.
just a tiny little bit. Just imagine if they're gonna be like you guys did it.
Let's look at the exterior first. So we have no engine. We can't check up the engine. So we'll look up the exterior. So that thing there is the radar. I wonder if you get it dirty or something, it won't work.
It looks like I mean, it is a camera kind of, and then I suppose the radar it's under.
I wonder if it says something on the inside, like you got it dirty and stuff like that.
Right, so aspect-wise, we'll say the car looks pretty good.
The shape of the back, at least, it's a bit similar with the, like, it has a bit of a like Peugeot 408 feeling, but obviously that it's a bit higher. I do like it though.
Tinted
Quite nice.
windshield, like the back screen. Is it like, how do you open the boot?
I mean, I'm trying, I'm pressing on the thing, but nothing. It's just not opening, is it?
I don't know how to open it. Yes.
Nothing, man.
Keep it open, maybe. Yay! Yay!
Congrats. So, what are we having here? Well, we have the boot, a safety kit. Let's open this.
Woohoo!
Quite a lot of space, yeah.
I guess here goes the cable.
Yeah, most probably indeed. You have a 12 volts here, so you can definitely use it for long journeys.
First aid, whatever.
Skis as well, if you're planning to ski and all that. It's not too bad.
Or B&Q stuff.
B&Q stuff, yeah.
And here,
you have two buttons. Why is there? This one will lock it, and this.
it'll close and lock, and only close.
Let's see. So technically, should close the car as well. Yeah, man, you lock the car.
It worked.
Yo, that's pretty
And also look,
nice.
the mirrors are folding. I mean, this is pretty standard at this point.
Most probably keyless. Let's give it a try. So the way you open it, I literally just touched the bloody thing. Does it have like a sensor inside? Let's try it again. Let's lock it. Let's try again. Come on. Isn't it a bit slow, like the mirrors? Like they're barely.
Yeah, they should be slow,
Just touch it. Nice. I love
in my opinion. They shouldn't rush.
So let's have a look at the inside then. We're actually discussing this in between the videos. The quality of the materials.
Yeah, no, it's quite good. And it feels well built. However, this car is built in China. So, but it's built by Volvo. I mean, Polestar, but it's technically Volvo. The quality, even the rubber here, it feels very smooth. Touch this to see how it is.
Feels smooth, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's premium stuff. However, this car, it's about 60,000 pounds.
I think this is around 66 or something. When we took it for a test drive, they said that this has like literally everything on it.
Yeah, has everything. The seat belts are yellow.
That's a bit weird. I don't know. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's a bit.
Yeah, I mean they have some chrome stuff here as well.
So at the back, what you have heating for the back chairs, which is great. You don't really find it on many cars. Nice. You'll be having two USB-C.
Yeah.
So you can charge your stuff. Obviously, this looks quite dope as well.
Let's see the armrest.
Feels good, man. All right, if you want to drive in style, let me have a. You know what? Let me try. Let's see. You do have enough space. So imagine I'm, 182. I was able to drive it no problem, and I still have about like 3 fingers, whatever, left here, which is great. Oh, bro, the panoramic. Jesus, man. This looks very cool, bro. And
let me see. It's tinted on the outside. You can't see anything.
And what's funny, you still have your standard, which you don't really find in cars nowadays anymore. Most of them, they just removed it. What is this for, I wonder?
The headrest has a funny shape. But you know what's strange? That's the same as Dacia has. Like, it's the same
They
shape.
stole the concept.
Yeah.
Right, you can put your drinks here. This is has like a rubbery feeling. It's not bad. But man, you know what? The stitching and the model, like this perforated whatever model, looks so good. You have seating for like baby seats, whatever it's called, on both sides, left and right. Here as well.
Let's see. Here you get to charge it. You have, what's this? You have.
Yes, so it's the standard one up to 7.4 or 7.5, and then for this one, so you can get fast and super fast. And
what does this button do?
I think it will unlock the charging.
So this particular model, was a concept in 2016. Then it was released in 2020, and then in 2023 it got an update. But this, you guys, this is 2024 facelift. So basically, this is the latest look that they have. And to be honest,
Look at the rims, bro, and it looks very nice.
Is this here the brake bleed? You know what I mean? Like, if I want to unscrew it, I can do that, and then all the fluid will go. You know what I mean?
That's not very safe, is it? Like, it's too easy. It's easy for servicing, but what if somebody want to mess up with your car?
Exactly, because if you unscrew that, which is easy to do, all the brake fluid will go out. I mean, not all, but if you press the pedal, then it will actually go all of it. So
I suppose it's not that bad because you still have the motors, you're still gonna have the ones at the back, but valid point is not safe at all. Obviously, let's do this, right? Let's be nice. Since they obviously, let us drive the car for free, feel free to go ahead and book a test drive on polestar.com. Use this QR code if you want. And just enjoy the car. There are quite a few places around the UK, one of them being Sheffield. Literally in major cities, you can just take the car for a drive, 45 minutes. They're going to have an induction for another 45 minutes. It's going to be an hour and a half in total.
Let's see under the bonnet.
How do you open it? That's the most important thing, right? Right, so this is a normal car. You can open the bonnet from the driver's side, which is a bit...
Let's see. And now we have a petrol engine.
3.0 diesel or something.
It's here.
Is it?
So this is where it
the
goes.
charging cable there. Which means you're going to have a lot of Polestar repair kit. What do you have in the repair kit? Might as well have a look, huh?
Let's see. Unboxing. So you have a hook.
The standard fluid.
You have it to put it in the tire in case you have a flat.
And then you have the system itself. You're gonna take this, you're gonna screw it here, boom, boom, boom.
And I don't know what this is, but I guess it's useful. So. And I guess that's actually like a GPS, whatever.
Might be, yeah.
Now that we found it.
Now you know it. Obviously, you're gonna have your deflectors or whatever, the lights.
Yeah. This looks like some
cheap. Looks cheap, bro.
Yeah, but I think that's actually put by them.
The standard charging cable, as far as I can see, it's a Type C. You can see here, which means it's gonna charge up to, if I'm not mistaken, up to like 7.5. Does it say here? 32 amperes. Input output 32. Well, 32 looks like. Water here for the windscreen. And I guess that's all. There is nothing to show you guys
Honestly, for this, you only need to put windscreen wash there. Apart from that,
you don't need to be a mechanic.
Yeah,
which is great. Okay, fair enough. This looks good. So far, so good. Shall we jump a little bit in the car and see kind of what's the gig?
Honestly, the materials are. So see, even here, you see that it's premium because you have this stuff. So this carpet won't go in front. Here you have the fully electric chair buttons. So everything can be done with them. Okay.
So we're turning the car in a very weird spot. And it looks like this, which is not bad to be honest, but I will have expected a bit more. I'm gonna be honest with you. In Tesla, as an example, it literally looks 3D. Like in that perspective, I will say they're doing a better job with the cameras. It does look like much, you can see the differences when they're trying to integrate those 4 cameras, right? You can see these lines. On Tesla, you can't. Like literally, it's properly, smoothly integrated. See this? But yeah, it's not too bad anyway.
Phone is not charging. I think it's because of the case or something.
You know what I think the problem might be? One, the phone is quite big, but that shouldn't be the problem. But then, this model of phone, right, like many others, it has a bit of a dent, on the camera. Yeah. So the camera is kind of outside, whatever. And bulging. I suppose just doesn't.
Yeah.
Nope.
Nothing.
Alright,
I mean,
let's try
we
the other
tried
one.
with S22 Samsung and it worked, so I guess it's... Let's see.
Nothing.
Anyway, the idea is that although this tablet or whatever, it's big, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, it's well integrated in here. It could have been even more if it didn't look like it's put after somehow. I mean, like, anyway, like this is only a personal perspective. It's not.
Shall we present a little bit what's in the
Yeah.
on the tablet and everything? Right. So the first thing you do when you go on the car itself, right? You're gonna have this icon here of the car. The first tab, it will be the drive tab. Steering field, you can change it. One pedal drive if you want a sport mode or not, which I believe we're gonna drive on sport mode on the back. Why not? Assist, driver support, adaptive cruise control. We already showed you guys how to kind of use that, how to activate it. Lane keeping aid, obviously you need that on, or at least I would say so. Driver alert, it's to alert you if you are driving too much without arrest. Roadside information, it will be for the radar and the camera to pick up the, as an example, the speed limit, the maximum speed that is going to show you in there. Collision avoidance obviously makes sense. You will want to have that in case something, you know, is going to happen, in the meaning of somebody braking, you know, all of a sudden in front of you, the car is going to try and avoid it. BLIS, which is the blind spot, it will get activated once, only when you are going to put the car in a drive mode. Let's do that. BLIS, blind spot, it's activated. Right, charge. Obviously, it's going to tell you, you know, what's the charging. What does it say? 32 amperes. I don't know what this is. Anyway,
Are recommended to preserve battery, so
oh, cool.
you can lower that if you want to protect your battery, basically.
Right, so car status. No warnings, everything is fine. Service, recommended next service in 632 days or after. So service, it's every 20k.
Or
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Kind of, 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because on petrols, you have every year for sure. As an example, on the petrol hybrid I have is recommended every year or every 20k. So I suppose the reason why they want every year is because of the petrol engine.
Yeah.
So you need to change like the fluids and everything. Interior lights, you can't see much.
I mean, they're here, if you look. They're like this ambient whatever.
I will be driving back. Okay, so they wanted to test a feature. Let's do it. Hey Google, set up route for take me home. Nope, not this one.
Sorry,
Let's try again.
I don't...
Hey Google, take me home.
Navigating to home.
Which the home will be the place where we, you know, where we got the test drive. And as you can see, it just set up everything. We have about 10 minutes.
It says 90% battery.
When we get there, right? It's not too bad, I suppose, man. I mean, I don't know. Especially because we've been discussing this many times. If you are thinking about getting an electric car, you have to think about a couple of things. One will be the charging aspect, which means, do you have a charger at home, or would you be able to charge the car at home? Do you have a driveway? How much was it for a charger?
About 600 pounds it was.
For a fancy one that can turn it off and on yourself.
Yeah. Cheap one, it's about 250, 300, but then to hook it up electricity, a technician will charge about 100 pounds, something like that, depending on obviously your setup, like how far it is and all that, how much cable it will take and stuff like that.
So that will be the first aspect. Can you drive it at home? Then, depending what you do for a living, what kind of job you have, would you maybe be able to charge it at your workplace? Because there are quite a few workplaces, and I suppose more and more, that will allow you, and they have like an electric charger. Maybe you're gonna have your own spot where you can charge the car, or would you just charge it on fast charging with it? It can get quite expensive. I mean, we have a friend that he has an electric car. The cheapest that he was able to find with fast charging or whatever, super fast charging, was 49p, and those were around London on some Tesla chargers that allow you to charge other cars as well. Because apart from that, most of them are at least 80p per kilowatt hour. Now with 80p per kilowatt hour, that becomes more expensive than having a petrol car. So you do have to, you know, keep in mind these aspects when it comes to charging, because, you know, it's going to become very costly if not. But yeah, you know, if you have it at home, how much is it to charge it at home?
26p per kilowatt.
I mean, that's cheap.
And with EDF, if you subscribe to their plan for night charging in between 12 p.m. and 5 a.m., you can charge with it 8p or 9p, something like that. Anyway, it's like very cheap.
Now we did a calculation, right, with around 26p per kilowatt hour. If it is to drive it, technically, it's gonna cost you around 7 to 8p per mile. Now with a petrol car, and with a petrol car that has a goods consumption about, I don't know, let's say 44-45 mpg, that will cost you relatively around 12 to 13p. So, you know, if you can charge it at home, and you know, I'm not even gonna talk about having solar panels, because that's gonna be a different story.
By the way, Harman Kardon sound system, which is German. But you know what's a funny aspect of this car? It was produced in China, designed by Volvo, but then the designer was a German guy, Thomas whatever.
Thomas whatever.
And the name, it's Polestar, you know what I mean? Like, it's, anyway, it's Volvo quality, what can I say? But to be honest, with this kind of money from Volvo, you can buy a little bit better quality, like the ones made in Sweden, but they are petrol or whatever, diesel. I don't even know if they are making diesel anymore. Yeah.
Yo, the windows are foggy, man.
Yeah, that I noticed that. Look.
Can you check if there is a car coming? Okay, so obviously, if you haven't been driving either hybrids or electrics, make sure when you hit the gas pedal, or I guess the power pedal now,
the switch,
make sure you're diligent with it and you understand what's happening, because it can get very fast very quickly. So yeah, let's set it up on 40. Let's increase the speed a little bit. Oh, you can do it. Oh, nice. Okay, good.
Try now to accelerate.
Bro, these electric cars are mad, bro. Be careful, man. You may end up in getting a speeding ticket without even realizing it. And it's crazy, right? We were like, how much? 40 miles per hour, and
yeah,
we literally went to 60 like this.
Yeah,
it's quite mad. Oh, one thing I've seen, you have Google Play. Obviously you can't use it now because, you know, for your safety, whatever, but you have Google Play, which means you will be able to download stuff from Google. So most probably you'll be able to play games. I don't know. Oh, there is one thing I wanted to mention. I don't know if you've noticed, maybe you want to film this. If you want to rest your arm, it's not, I don't know, man. It's, I don't know, it doesn't feel right? I mean, the armrest, it's like way at the back, and then how are you supposed to keep your hand? You know, like this, you know what I mean? It's a bit, you're just gonna leave it on here. It doesn't feel, I don't know, it's a bit off, at least the way I see it. Maybe because I got used to other cars, maybe that might be the reason, I don't know. Yeah. And my phone is not charging either, which is a bit crazy.
And obviously it will be strange to take it out of the case every time you want to charge it, you know what I mean? Like, it's,
yeah, it's true.
Anyway, that was all for today. Nice car,
guys.
Final conclusion,
if you have the money for it. I've driven a Tesla as well, It's different because Tesla is like very, very minimalistic kind of style. This is more like a car-ish kind of driving style. The other one is like, you know, you're kind of driving a computer on wheels, I suppose. In that respect, it does feel different. But this car feels good. I can sit properly in the chair. The chairs are very comfy, which is very important. I'm doing around 2,000 to 3,000 miles just for work purposes only every month. So for me, that's very important. It's easy to use it. You don't have to learn new tricks. On Tesla, as an example, I had to kind of learn new stuff because, you know, the buttons are not as similar as you have on this car, which, you know, it looks like a car, I suppose, right? And it feels like a car. So yeah, it's good. I could definitely recommend you, but it's not cheap. And if it is to think about buying it, just make sure you take in consideration the charging aspect, because if you want to have it full, even on the fastest one was how much, 40 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
So man, you do have to consider 40 minutes. The advantage is you can still charge it for free at Tesco, as an example, but you know, you'll have to take that in consideration. Anyway, guys, thank you very, very, very much for watching. You guys are splendid, and if by any chance this kind of video is gonna shoot off, you know, feel free to put the likes. If we are going to have, let's say, around 100 likes, if we're gonna have 100 likes, we will definitely go ahead and test drive some other cars as well. It might be some sort of a concept that you guys might like. We will be taking all the brands, all the cars, and we're just gonna test all of them and, you know, give you an honest feedback for somebody that is driving the car for the first time. And feel free to please leave a comment below if you have a car like this. Leave a comment below if you think we haven't covered, you know, different aspects of the car itself. And not just that, but subscribe to the channel. You guys are amazing. See you.